Ever find yourself glued to that airport window?
Yeah.
You know, watching those figures on the tarmac, guiding the planes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we're diving into today, the
Mhm.
world of aircraft marshalers.
Absolutely.
And you've given us a ton of career resources
Yeah.
about these tarmac heroes.
Yeah.
It's way more interesting than you'd think,
Yeah,
right?
oh, for sure.
Forget just waving some flags. This is like high-stakes ballet with a multi-million-dollar jet.
It really is. And what's so fascinating is that they're like the unsung conductors of this whole orchestrated chaos, right?
Yeah.
These are the folks that literally have their hands on the controls of, keeping a safe and efficient airport.
It's like they're fluent in airplane sign language or something.
Right.
But seriously, it's incredible how much responsibility rests on their shoulders.
It's true.
You provided us with some wild stories. Anything stand out to you?
Well, yeah, there was one, it was actually from like a junior aircraft marshaller, and he was describing this situation, torrential downpour, right?
Oh, wow.
He's guiding this plane into its spot, and the visibility was so bad he could barely see the wingtips.
Oh, no.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah. Wow, that's intense. And you're right there in it.
You're in the thick of it.
Wind, rain, blazing sunshine.
Absolutely.
Not your average office job.
No, not at all. They face the elements head on, and it's not just the weather, right? We're talking constant noise from those jet engines, potential exposure to fumes.
Yeah, it makes you really appreciate the dedication.
Sure.
So let's break it down. What do they actually do?
Okay.
You mentioned these follow me cars earlier.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that lead the planes around. I always thought that was just for show,
No, not at all.
Well.
That is a crucial task, often handled by aircraft marshalers.
Right.
Imagine being responsible for chauffeuring a jumbo jet through this maze of, buildings and other aircraft.
Oh my goodness. That's a whole other level of parallel parking.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it makes you realize how well they must know the airport layout.
Absolutely.
All the potential hazards.
Yeah.
It's like knowing the back of your hand, but the hand is the size of an airport.
That's a great way to put it. And it really highlights another, key aspect of their job, their communication skills.
Right.
I mean, we're not just talking walkie-talkies here. We're talking hand signals, light batons.
Yeah.
All while coordinating with the pilots, ground crew, air traffic control.
It's a lot to juggle.
It really is.
It's like a high-stakes game of charades, right?
Right.
But instead of a movie title, you're guiding a multi-ton aircraft.
And the stakes they're incredibly high, right?
Yeah.
One misunderstanding and it could have disastrous consequences.
Absolutely.
That's why the training is so rigorous. All these career resources you shared, they really get into the nitty-gritty of the different certifications and what they involve.
Yeah, they mentioned something called an airfield operations specialist and then like a separate aircraft marshaller certification.
Right.
What's the difference?
So think of the airfield operations specialist as having a broader view, right? They understand the whole airport ecosystem.
Gotcha.
Safety regulations, emergency procedures, that kind of thing.
Okay.
The aircraft marshaller certification is hyper-focused on those skills you need to actually guide the aircraft safely on the ground.
So it's like you have a general understanding of the whole airport, and then you're like, okay, I'm specializing in this tarmac tango.
Exactly. And as you'd imagine, those certifications, they have a big impact on, your career progression,
Yeah.
how much you can earn, things like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so if you're serious about this career path, got to get those certifications.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like leveling up, right?
It is. It is.
And it makes me think of those career profiles that we discussed. Any of those stories particularly stand out?
Yeah, there was one about this seasoned aircraft marshaller,
Okay.
and he had worked his way up, from entry level all the way to a supervisory role.
Wow.
And he talked about like the immense satisfaction he got from mentoring new recruits,
Oh, that's cool.
passing on his experience, seeing them develop their skills.
They become part of this club, right?
Yeah.
United by their passion for aviation, these unique challenges of the job.
Absolutely.
And speaking of challenges, one thing I don't think we've really touched on is just the mental stamina.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just physical, right?
No, it's not at all.
It's got to be mentally taxing.
It's about maintaining your focus,
Right.
your composure in this environment that's constantly changing.
Yeah, you're battling the elements, the noise, the pressure of making sure everybody's safe, passengers, crew.
It's a lot to handle. And because things can change so quickly,
Oh, yeah.
right? You need those problem-solving skills. You got to think on your feet.
For sure.
It's not just about following some script, right?
Right.
It's about adapting to these unexpected situations, making decisions in a split second.
Which brings us back to communication and teamwork, right?
Yeah.
Because they're in constant contact.
They are, yeah. Pilots, ground crew, air traffic control.
It's like this perfectly choreographed ballet, but with a lot more, jet fuel and flashing lights.
Yeah, and that coordination, that seamless coordination, that's what keeps everything running smoothly.
Yeah.
Even during those crazy busy hours when that tarmac is just a symphony of activity.
Makes you realize there's so much more to it than meets the eye, right?
Absolutely.
Behind those hand signals.
Yeah.
A whole lot of knowledge and experience.
Years of it.
And gut instinct, too, I bet.
You got to have that. And that actually makes me think about the future of this whole thing. We've talked about technology.
Right, automation.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people listening are thinking, are robots going to take over?
It's a fair question. I mean, we see it everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
What do the resources say about that?
Well, it's interesting. Most seem to agree that while, technology is going to change things, that human element, that's still going to be key.
Okay, so those sci-fi movies where the planes just park themselves?
Right.
Maybe not that far off.
Well, maybe not that far off.
Right.
But even as these automatic docking systems, they get more and more advanced, I can't imagine a future where you don't have that human oversight.
Right, because you still need someone who can, react, right?
Exactly.
If there's a sudden gust of wind. Or
Absolutely. A mechanical issue, something unexpected.
Right, or who knows?
You need someone who can just read that situation on the ground in a split second.
So it's less about being replaced and more about, evolving along with the tech.
Exactly. It's a collaboration.
Okay.
Let the automation handle the routine stuff.
Right.
Frees up the aircraft marshalers to really focus on those moments where you need a human brain,
So instead of waving flags, maybe they're, I don't know, overseeing a fleet of robot vehicles or something.
Or using some, crazy advanced sensors to guide those planes.
Right.
The possibilities are pretty exciting.
It really is an exciting time to be in aviation.
It is.
And for anyone out there who's thinking about this career path,
Yeah.
Lots of possibilities on the horizon. Well, this has been incredible.
It has.
From those intense stories of guiding planes in, zero visibility.
Right.
To talking about robots on the tarmac in the future. Who knew there was so much to this world?
It's a hidden world. It really is a testament to those folks out there.
Unsung heroes, keeping those planes moving.
Absolutely.
Safe and sound. And on that note, we'll leave you with this. What other surprises, what other challenges await these aircraft marshalers of the future? Keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and who knows what you'll find. Safe travels, everyone.